Who's that? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm trying my best to keep my post tonight, but it's been a tough and long week. Oh, sorry. I didn't greet you properly. Good evening, beloved children. Are you looking for someone? Looks like you're looking for Daniel. You just missed him. He left to his chambers to pray. By the way, I'm Arioch, the captain of King Nebuchadnezzar's guard. Do you know why there's so much activity going on here, kids? The truth is that something strange has happened to the king. Come, kids, come closer, and I'll tell you all about it. Have you ever had a dream that you couldn't remember? Well, that's exactly what happened again to the king tonight. He has had a dream for the past days, but every time he forgets it. He knows in his head that the dream is important. He's so impressed with it, but then it snaps out of his head. He's so frustrated, and he's woken up the entire palace. When the king gets something in his head, it's very hard to get him to think of anything else. And when the king doesn't sleep well, no one else in the palace sleeps either. But, you know, the king is expecting a revelation from God because he's worried about the kingdom. This dream is quite different from all the others our great king has had. So, he sent for all his magicians, astrologers, enchanters, scientists, and mathematicians to come here immediately to tell him what the dream was and what it meant. The wise men are experts in the study of science and math, but they also perform idol worship rituals, hold soothsayer ceremonies, practice magic, trust horoscope, and do all evil that displease the God of Daniel. They say they can communicate with gods and even the dead. But honestly, I don't believe a thing they say anymore. They don't know a thing about the future. They can't tell the king what he dreamt. And now they have a big problem because none of their magic trick works. And of course, the dead cannot tell them the dream either. They even told the king that only the gods could say what someone has dreamt. So, King Nebuchadnezzar got so furious and ordered to kill them all, even Daniel and his friends. But don't worry, I believe Daniel is protected by his God. But you know what? Daniel is very wise and brave man. He wasn't afraid of the king. He asked me to take him to see furious King Nebuchadnezzar. Even after he had given the death decree to all the wise men of the kingdom. Unbelievable. He went to plead for his life and for all the wise men. And you know what? Actually, the wise men are right. Daniel told me that only the God of heaven knows the mysteries of the universe. But these wise men have tricked the king into believing that They were the only ones who could give him the answers. But now King Nebuchadnezzar knows that they have been lying to him all this time. In fact, I start believing that the dream is a message from God of Daniel to the King Nebuchadnezzar. I believe he wants to show the king what is going to happen to him and to all the kingdom. When Daniel entered the king's chamber, Nebuchadnezzar the Great was surprised to hear that there was somebody able to help him, and he listened to Daniel as he asked him to give him a little more time. Daniel did not tell the king that he could reveal his dream to him. He said that he was going to pray to God so that God would reveal the dream. Daniel promised that God would give Nebuchadnezzar the answer which he was looking for. I like Daniel. He put all his faith in his God and believed. Do you know what Daniel also believes? I know, it's in the Bible. He said that the dead don't know a thing. They can't feel, they can't think, and they definitely can't talk to anyone. The death is like a deep sleep, and those who are dead will only come back to life when Jesus wakes them up at the resurrection. So kids, don't participate in any witchcraft nonsense. It brings you nowhere. It drives you away from God and puts you under the power of the enemy. God knows the future, and He will protect you when the dead decree comes at the end of times. So do as Daniel did. Stand up and tell the truth to others, and pray for them that they may know God and give their lives to Him, just as Daniel interceded for the lives of the wise men, and they saw God's power. I respect that. I really do. Well, things surely have gotten pretty exciting here at the palace. I can't wait to see what happens next. You too? Well, all right. You better rest now. Oh. See you soon, kids. Bye.